Good morning. Okay, we are going to do our arithmetic now. I don't know why I keep forgetting to say it when I'm like, that's the only subject that I keep going, what? Which one is it? So, arithmetic. Yes, we're going to start arithmetic. We're going to be reviewing. Your test is tomorrow. So, we're going to review some of the things that we've gone through that you know. But just to really solidify, I was checking pages last week, and there's some things that I really want to make sure that we get down, especially before you have to take the test. But really be focused, because some are we're making little mistakes, or we're not finishing things that are going to be a problem. So I wish I could be right there with you and helping you, but I'm not able to do that. So please pretend like I am, because some of you I see a little less concern and just kind of handing it in and going, oh, well, I can't do this, or it's not possible, or whatever. Please don't do that. And go back, because I've made all these different videos and I've reviewed the concepts over and over and over and over. We've done how many videos with division on them, so there's no excuses for that. This is going to be now, I think, what, the third or fourth video with multiplying 2 digits on top times 2 digits on the bottom. All of those things you have to get them down. Why? Because next year is going to be easier for you if you do. You're going to have a really hard struggle. If you're struggling with this division now, they're doing 2 digits on the outside with all the numbers on the inside. So if you're not even able to get one, it's going to be a really hard struggle for you. And I'm trying to avoid that. So please, please, please work hard, because next year is going to be much easier for you if you are getting these concepts down now. And so you have to be practicing them. Have to be. Don't get lazy because you're at home. I wish I could be standing there right with you, but I'm not able to do that. So please act like I am right there, and do your very, very best, because I know you know these things. So let's go back through some of our division, and we've reviewed this a lot. So there shouldn't be anything missed on division, because we've gone through these steps over and over so that you will get them down, but we have to work carefully, okay? So what we do is we look at the first digit. If the first digit is the same or larger, then I can go into the first digit. I can figure out how many 3s are in 3. If you still don't know, then you make 3 marks and circle every group of 3, and that gives you the number. If you're not making the marks, that's why you're not getting the answer. If you're not getting the answer, it's going to be marked wrong, and it's going to be not very good way to end the year getting things wrong for stuff that you know how to do, okay? So now I multiply 1 times 3. It's 3. 3 minus 3, 0. And compare. And then I bring down my 5. Now I make 5 marks and circle every group of 3. 1, 2, 3, circle. And like 1, 2, and I don't have another 3, so that's going to be 1 again. It goes over my 5, neatly over my 5. I have to once again multiply 1 times 3, my outside number. 1 times 3 doesn't equal 5, it equals 3. And then subtract. That's one of the things that we're not doing carefully, is not subtracting. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Bring down, there is another number to bring down, the 6. So we bring down the 6, and now we're dividing 26 by 3. So make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 marks, and circle every group of 3. 1, 2, 3, circle. 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 1, 2, nothing else to circle, so count your circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or if you already just know your 3 division table, makes it that much easier, because you say 26 divided by 3, the closest you can get is 8, because that's 24, okay? So you put your 8 above your 6. Now I multiply my newest outside number times my outside number. That's why I had you draw the pickle and the arrows, because that gives you the foundation of what to do. And by now, you might not have to do that anymore, which is great. But if you still do, then please do it. Then I subtract 26 minus 24 equals 2. Compare, it is less than 3. Did we not? I don't think I compared that one. It is less than 3. There is nothing left to bring down, so it becomes my remainder, but I'm writing my remainder as a fraction. So don't put the R, remember, we don't put the R there. All we do is put the 2 on the top. My remainder is my numerator. My divisor is my denominator, and the 3 on the bottom. Remainder, numerator, divisor, denominator. Remainder, numerator, divisor, denominator. That's it, okay? Then we'll go down to our next one, 6,812 divided by 4. We figure out how many 4s are in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then circle 1, 2, 3, 4, circle. Gives me my answer right there, 1. So there's no excuses. If you tell mommy or daddy, I don't know how to do division, you're not being honest, because remember what I've told you several times. Make the marks, circle the groups. If you're not making the marks and circling the groups, then I'm just going to have to keep giving you that page back and say redo till you get it right, redo it till you get it right, redo it till you get it right, redo it till you get it right. So keep working at that. Make the marks. So it's 1, and 1 times 4 is what we're going to be doing. 1 times 4 is what? Is 4. We put it underneath so we can subtract 6 minus 4. And subtract carefully. We're not subtracting as carefully as we used to. Is 2. Compare, is 2 less than 4? It sure is, so we're good. So now all we have to do is bring down. Bring down what? Bring down the 8 and figure out how many 4s are now in my newest number. What's my newest number? 28. How many 4s are in 28? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28. That's what some of you are going to have to do. And circle every group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, circle. 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 Count your circles. 5, 6, 7. Oh, so there's 7 4s in 28. Or know your 4 division table, and then you're already set. Okay, so 28 divided by 4 equals 7. 7 times 4 equals what? 28. That's what we just counted to. And we subtract, and we get 0. So it is less. And then we bring down. What are we bringing down? We're bringing down the 1. My 1 is my next number. So make 1 mark, circle every group of 4. What? Wait, Miss Monroe, I can't. Well, don't say can't. You're not allowed to say that word. Say that's not possible because there's no 4s in 1. And I will say you are absolutely correct. Good job. So what is my number? 0. Right. So there are 0 4s in 1. Now multiply 0 times 4. 0, subtract 1. Is 1 less than 4? Show your drawing arrow line to show compare, and it is. And then we bring down. We bring down our newest number, 2. That's the only number we haven't used yet, and now we put it with our 1, and we put the numbers together to make 12. And we're asking how many 4s are in 12. Well, make 12 marks, just like we've been doing, and circle every group of 4, or 4, 8, 12. And that gives you your answer. So 3. Then you multiply 3 times my 4. And that equals 12. So I subtract 12 minus 12, 0. Compare, it is less. There's nothing left to bring down. So I'm done with my problem, except I need to put my comma to show what that it's the thousands place. Okay, and then you just check it by writing 118. Well, you won't check 118 because you can't add 2/3, but you would check 1,703 times 4, and then you would check and see if you got the same answer. Okay, so think carefully. You know how to do those, so I don't want you to get lazy on me without trying those out. If you don't know the answer, make your marks and circle your groups. Try. All right, and then I want to go back through this. There was one thing that I noticed that most of you were doing very well. I was so excited. I looked at the pages and I'm like, oh, yay, they're getting it. The first day, you know, like some of you had it right away. And I was so, so, so proud of you because that shows me that you're really paying attention when I'm doing these videos. So please pay attention when I do these videos. I try to do them for you. It helps me to feel like I'm with you, but I'm really trying to help you stay on track so that, like I said before, next year can be an easier year if you're following through with these things. I know it's not always pleasant and fun, and it's weird being in quarantine and you just want to play, but give it a little bit of time and you'll be able to play all day and all night and everything else. But let's get this finished because this is still something that we have to do in order to get where we're supposed to get. And remember, the Lord has us here right now. And what is his job for you? Is to do the best job at learning that you can. So I want you to really work your hardest for the Lord and to do those things that are right. I feel like I don't have to bring it closer, but I will just a little bit. Okay, so there was one problem that I was noticing we'll get to in just a minute as we were doing this. So some of you, I really need you to be watching carefully because some of you did not do it at all. So I want you to cover over the tens place with your thumb or finger. Put a booger, I don't know. Ew, please don't do that. Put something over it that you can take off again and then move over because we want to let this be not seen so we can think 45 times 2. Some of you, I don't know, even though I told you that, you were multiplying 5 times 2 and then you were, I don't know where you were getting your other numbers. So please look at that carefully. So 5 times 2 equals 10, right? And how do we write 10? With a 0 and then the 1 is in the tens place. And that tens place is there, so you carry the 1 over, just like you would normally with 45 times 2. Then we multiply 4 times 2, just like we would with 45 times 2. You're multiplying 5 times 2, and then 4 times 2 plus 1, which equals 90, okay? Like I said, if you need to, but this is not what I want you to be doing, but if you need to, break it down, because this is all that you're doing. And you've done 45 times 2 before. You know how to do that. So that's what I'll have you do. This is a way to check it, to make sure you have the right answer, because some of you, this should have been the easiest one to get the right answer, and some of you didn't even have the right answer here. So write it, the 45 times 2 over to the side and see if you get the same answer that you have here. Some of you, I think, were multiplying backwards or something, but make sure ones place, then tens place. Ones place, then tens, just like we normally have done all year long, okay? After that, this is what you are missing. 0, 0, 0 has to be there. So when you have that ones place and you're figuring out your bottom digits, you're figuring out 45 times 1, 45 times 10 is 450. 5 times 1, 5. 4 times 1, 4. Oh, and remember, we cross out the plus after the plus 1 after we're done and going on to this bottom part, okay? So let me make it a little bit bigger on the bottom so you can see it. So 0, our plus 1 went up top. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So 90, then 0 automatically has to go there. If I don't see zeros, I'm going to make you rewatch and redo every problem, okay? So your 0 is the first thing. Then you multiply 45 times 1. 5 times 1, 5. 4 times 1, 4. So 450 plus 90. 0 plus 0, 9 plus 5, and 1 plus 4. Good, 540. Okay, so I need you to really be looking at that, because I would say half of you, a little bit more than half of you got them. And then half of you were not putting zeros or were not doing it correctly at all. So please look carefully. Cover over your tens place. And then all you have to multiply is 32 times 5. That's all you're doing, 32 times 5. Just like we would normally have done 32 times 5 all year long, that's what you're doing. Whoa, I almost fell over. I don't know why. All right, 5 times 2 is 10. Again, carry over the 1 with a plus sign. Now you're multiplying your tens place. 3 times 5, 15 plus 1, 16. So do your multiplying carefully. Then 0. 0 has to be the very first thing on the bottom. I'm making it big and fat. Put your 0. 0. Then you multiply and cover over the 5 and multiply 32 times 1. And cross out your plus 1 at the top because you don't need it anymore. Now we do 2 times 1, 2. 3 times 1, 3. What is 32 times 10 anyway? 320. Okay, so you already know that that's 320. So then you're just simply going to add 0 plus 0, 6 plus 2, and 3 plus 1, 480. All right? So pay attention really carefully so that when I look at the pages today, hopefully I'll see some better answers for that. All right, we're doing 2 more. Okay, we've done probably about, what, 12 to 16 already? So we should be starting to get a little bit of a handle on this. We don't do 63 times 13. No, we don't. We do 63 times 3. We cover over the 1, and we do 63 times 3. What is 3 times 3? It is 9. So put your 9 underneath. Do we need to carry anything over? Of course not, because it's not 19, it's just 9. Now we do 6 times 3. And 6 times 3 is 18. We bring our 8, and there's no hundreds place to carry to, so we just bring it into the hundreds place in the bottom. Okay? We just put it right in front. So we have 18 and then 9. So 189 is what 63 times 3 is. And that's what we've done. If you wrote it over to the side, like I've told you, we've done this all year long. And you guys have gotten it right every time because you know how to do that. So it's the same thing here. Then what's next? 0. 0, 0, 0. Put your 0 underneath, the very first thing you do. Then multiply 63 times 1. Now, it's not always going to be a 1 here. It just so happens that all of these problems so far have had 1, but they're not always going to be 1. 63 times 1 or 63 times 10, we know would be 630. So let's check it out and see. 3 times 1, 3. 6 times 1, 6. What do I end up with? 630, just like we said, because 63 times 10 is 630. And that's what we're really multiplying. We're multiplying by the tens place. So that's why we have to put a 10, that 0 to make it into the tens place. So some of you were just putting 3 here and your 6 here. And then when you added, you were so close, but you weren't quite on. So just make sure to put the 0 because you were very, very close. So 9 plus 0 is 9. 8 plus 3, 11. Carry over the 1. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 6, 8. 819. All right, and the last one, and I'm trying to see because time-wise, this is getting long, but these are so important. All right, 6 times 3, 18. Carry over your 1 with a plus sign. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1 is 7. What do you need to put? 0. So put your 0 underneath. Then you are multiplying your tens place by 26. 26 times 2, or 20. So 6 times 2, and cross out that first one. 6 times 2 is 12. So put your 2 down here, and you do have to carry your 1 over. So you're just going to put it on top of the one that you crossed out, okay, because you got rid of that one. And then you're multiplying 2 times 2 plus 1, which is 5. 520, and then add 895. All right, I was gonna try to explain it. I know it went kind of quick at the end, but those are important. I'm not even going to go through the page with you like I normally do because this is getting super long, but please look at that page carefully. When you see section 3, you're averaging, write the numbers down so that you can add them going down and then divide, add and then divide. You are not going to have remainders. Okay, I told you that the other day, and some of you are still putting remainders. So that means you're not adding carefully. It's adding. You know how to add. Do it carefully. So if you get a remainder, go back and add again and then divide. And when you get your answer, circle your answer. Okay. Yeah, just work very carefully on the rest of it. Most of you are doing pretty well on your Roman numerals. Think those through carefully. Really quickly, brain booster, another way to write 7 times 9 is 7.9. Like when you get up in high school with Mr. Mason, that's what you'll see is like 7 with a dot in the middle and 9. All it is times. So the dot just means the same thing as a multiplication sign. So when you see 7.9, you know that the answer is 63, right? Well, that's what they give you. They give you all those little numbers with the dots in between for figuring out, and you know how to do those. And then you've got your homework section, so work on that and do it carefully. All right, I'm gonna quickly get off of here so I can not make this even longer than it already is, but please work hard and do your best, and we'll see you in the next video. But I want to see that math coming up, okay? Do well.